beautiful people. I know you guys have been wondering where I've been for the past couple of weeks. Um, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I'm only human, and so um, every so often I go through like a really, really bad emotional period because of everything that's going on, and I guess you can call it my personal life. Uh, Sometimes I'm really happy and I feel like I can conquer the world, and other times I just feel like I'm at my lowest, and it's not a good feeling. So, thank you for bearing with me. Some of you did check up on me, and I know that a lot of times it seems like I'm okay, but I'm not always okay. And with me having this outlet, I'm not scared to admit that. And so, um, all I'm going to say is sometimes please bear with me. But I'm here for part 3 of the Sidechick. So, where do we leave off? The last thing we left off at was me sitting in a car, in my girlfriend's car. So I'm in Linda's car, and Linda and Nia are standing on the outside of the car. And when I go to say bye to Nia, I get back in the car, and Linda basically tells me that she don't think that she wants me around Nia anymore. And I'm just like, well, why? And she was like, well, while you were out on your phone call, she said something that was really disrespectful. She basically said that if she was me, she would be fucking you every day. So, number one, that statement shows interest, number one. Like, if you're supposed to be my brother from the same house, you shouldn't be saying things like that for me. Like, you shouldn't even be looking at me like that. Do people in houses mess around? I'm sure of it. It wouldn't be the first time, and it damn sure wouldn't be the last. But it's not like Nia was really in the house. We just wanted Linda to think that she was in the house, and that just wasn't helping the cause whatsoever. Another part of the issue, and I don't know how many of you will believe this, but another part of the issue was I was only sleeping with one person at this point in time. And if you guys know that I was sleeping with Nia, then it damn sure wasn't Linda. So up until this point, she didn't have any reservations about Nia. She didn't think anything of her. But that statement within itself was problematic. And I'm just like, I don't I don't know why she would say that. Like, I'm gonna have a talk with her ASAP because that's not cool. I got to the point where I was really, 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 really spoiled. So when my girlfriend didn't want me to go to Philadelphia, I would pick up the phone and I would call Nia, and I would tell her, when you get off of work, come pick me up. And she would do just that. So I did, and she came and she got me, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why would you say that? What's wrong with you? She tells me that the reason why she said it is because she got jealous while sitting at the table. Like, I got feelings for you, and, like, you a bomb chick, but she's the one that gets to call you her girlfriend. And I know you not fucking her. I know you not fucking her. Yet and still, she's just so proud to have you. That's something I can't do. I can't be proud to have you because for real, I don't have you. So now I'm just like, okay. So you're basically what? You're upset that I'm in a relationship. You're in a relationship too. Like, we both in this together. Don't act like this is something new because it's not. All of this would change slowly but surely. I'm spending more and more and more time with Nia. She's spending more and more time with me. Of course, Jamie, her girlfriend, has an issue with it, and eventually they break up. Now, Jamie and Nia owned a home together, and what ended up happening was Nia actually moved out of the house and then took her name off the deed. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. She moves in with one of her really, really close friends, and this opens up more time for her to spend with me. So, one day, I'm over my friend's house, and with my house mom. I'm over my house mom's house, and I'm just waking up, and I go to make a phone call, and I can't. My phone is not dialing out. My shit is off. And I'm like, what, my phone off? About an hour later, Nia's standing at the door. And she was like, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know. Linda must have not have paid the bill. And she was like, okay. You're the only person I talk to all day long. So it's very important that you have a cell phone. So give me your cell phone. And she whipped out her wallet and she paid the bill on the spot. And she looked at me and she said, that other phone, that shit is mine. Okay. Got it. So I called my girlfriend, and the first thing she said, oh, what is your phone doing on? And I was like, one of my friends paid the bill because it's very important that I have a cell phone. God forbid something happens to me. So automatically she's like, oh, so who the fuck is this friend? You fucking her? Nope. I'm not fucking her. I was fucking her. I was. But still, I mean, I gotta, keep hope alive, right? So I'm like, no, I'm not fucking her, but listen, I'm ready to go home. So tonight, can you come pick me up? Now, remember my homegirl model that I had called while I was in a restaurant? I was really, 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 really close to her. So I was just like, oh, and model's coming with me. So she was like, all right, what time you want me to pick you up? Then I'm like, 7 would be great. First of all, if my girl phone got cut off and she tells me that somebody else paid it, tell whoever paid your cell phone bill to drop you off at home. That simple. That never happened. She never said that. So 7 o'clock rolls around and she picks up me and model. And I'm like, babe, I'm hungry. She was like, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, Wendy's. She was like, well, where's the nearest Wendy's? The Boulevard. Now, it's very strange how I knew exactly what I wanted and where I wanted to go to get it, because in all actuality, I wasn't going to get food. So we pull up to the Wendy's and I ask her for some money and she gives me some, and I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm going in. So she's like, okay. And I was like, I'll be taking this as well. So I took the cell phone and the Bluetooth that came with it. I walked over to the front entrance, walked through Wendy's, walked out the back entrance, and sure enough, in line was Nia in her cable truck waiting for me. So I was like, here's your phone. When are you going to call me? She was like, as soon as possible. Just let me know when the coast is clear. And I'm like, okay, babe. And she gives me a kiss, and I go back in, order food, and we out. Yep, we out. Stay at home for a couple days, rolled out from there, went back to my regular schedule. And I probably was in Philly for maybe about a week or so. And when I came home, guess what's waiting for me? My cell phone bill. So I know that I didn't run up the cell phone bill. Who could have ran up the cell phone bill? So Here I am, opening up my cell phone bill. I can't wait to see what I can find in here. So I go in and I start noticing it's a number that my girlfriend is calling a lot. This is a Virginia number. So she runs up my cell phone bill, doesn't pay it, lets my shit get cut off, talking to somebody in Virginia. Okay, cool. So I call the number, and whoever it is, they don't answer. So I leave a message. And I'm like, I don't know who this is, but you and my girlfriend, Linda, ran up my motherfucking cell phone bill, and y'all two bitches is gonna be fucking responsible for it. So you need to call me as soon as you get this fucking message. Does she call? No, she does not call. But lo and behold, I kind of already knew who it was. See, about a month before, Linda went to a birthday party of one of her coworkers. I didn't really care because I was in Philly anyway, but she did let me know about it. And, she showed me the pictures. They were on our computer in the living room. And, yeah, apparently this girl and her were more than coworkers. So later on that day, Linda comes home. And this is where shit hits the fan between the two of us. It was already bad. This shit gets worse. She comes home and she's just like, oh, who the fuck did you think you was calling my friend? And I'm like, calling your friend? You and whatever bitch you've been busting up with ran my fucking cell phone bill up. Then you wanted to be a fucking cunt and not pay it. What do you mean? What you thought I was just going to sit by idly? You thought I wasn't going to say anything? So we get into it. We are at each other's throats, screaming and cursing and everything. I have the bill in my hand and I just hum it straight in her face. Yep, the whole bill. God knows how many fucking pages of a bill it was, but it damn sure hit her in the face. And so when the pages hit the floor, she slapped the dog shit out of me. And it took me a second to... Did she just slap me? Spicy. I went to go lunge at her and she drew her weapon on me. She had a gun because of her job. And she drew her gun on me. And I froze. And I was like, okay, you want to play these games, huh? So from that moment on, I basically started to walk around the house and kind of keep a mental note of where all of my stuff was and what I had packed away and what needed to be packed away. And I basically knew that I was planning my escape. I ended up getting a job, and I probably was working at my job for about maybe a week and a half. And at this time, I'm actually on the bus on the way to my mom's house. And I get a phone call. And it's a guy, he leaves a message, and he's just like, listen, I have my wife's cell phone, and there's a message from you and this number on her cell phone talking about a cell phone bill being ran up. So I was just like, oh, okay. Let me see what the fuck this is about. So I call him back, and Linda's friend is married. And what ended up happening was, one day, him and his wife has the same exact phone. He accidentally grabbed her phone on the way out the door. And lo and behold, my girlfriend is blowing her phone up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. She's on her way to work. So he answers. She automatically hangs up. And he calls back. And she answers. And when she hears his voice, she hangs up again. So now something fishy is going on. I'm like, oh, really? This is different. So I was like, okay, you and I need to have a sit down. And he was like, that's fine. Where do you work? I said, DeKalb Pike. Where do you work? He was like, well, I manage a few diamond stores, but I manage one of them on DeKalb Pike. So let's agree to meet on such and such date. I'm like, okay, cool. So in the meantime, I'm getting even more and more reckless. I have Linda take me to my father's house one night. And on the way there, which this is a pretty decent ride, it's not that short of a ride. But on the way there, I'm on the phone with Nia, and Linda's like, yo, you're always on the fucking phone with her. Hang the fucking phone up, Nia. So Nia's like, whoa, did she just tell you hang the phone up? And I'm like, yeah. Put me on speaker. And I'm like, no. She was like, Marquita, put me on speaker. So I put her on speaker. And she says, hey, Linda? So my girlfriend is like, yeah. She was like, yeah, see, the problem with you thinking you're going to demand for Marquita to hang up the phone is you don't pay this bill no more. And as long as I pay this motherfucking bill, I say when she get the fuck off the phone with me. You fucked up. Son, I thought she was going to punch me dead in my face when that happened. That was the most problematic situation I've ever been in my life. I ain't never been so scared. I was just like, is this really my life right now? Like, is this really happening? This is crazy. Oh my God. So when she dropped me off at my dad's house, of course she sped off because she felt some type of way. But what she didn't know is what I had in the motherfucking works. She would feel even more some type of way. Does that say right? More some type of way? She would feel more type of way. Either way, she'd be all fucked up in the game. Stayed at my dad's house, spent the night there, blah, 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 blah. A few days later, I go to work. So this is the day that I'm meeting up with this gentleman. And me and him meet at his job, and I introduce myself, and I shake his hand. I don't think that he really expected me to look the way that I looked, because he was just like, okay. So he starts telling me that he thinks there's something going on between his wife and my girlfriend, and I was like, oh, I absolutely agree, and I whip out the cell phone bill. And I was like, they talk all these times, all this much. Where are you when they're on the phone as much? Basically, we both were out of sight, but still, the fact remains that the shit was going down. Now, I was wrong because I was out doing me, and I have been doing me for some time now, but I felt the need to get revenge for you drawing your gun on me. And so that's what I'm here for, to get revenge. Of course, I show him the cell phone bill, and then he starts telling me about the birthday party. He was just like, yeah, she didn't want me to come to the birthday party because she said it was her and her girlfriends, and I just thought that that was interesting, and I was like, did she say anything about my girlfriend going? She was like, yeah, she told me that your girlfriend wasn't going. I had already got suspicious, so I asked, like, is that girl from your job going? And she's like, no, she's not invited. And I was like, I beg to differ. I actually have pictures on my computer of my girlfriend and your girlfriend. I mean, my girlfriend and your wife at your wife's birthday party. And he was all like, really? Really? A lot of them. A whole lot of them. Which means that everybody who was there knew who my girlfriend was, because all the pictures, they're near each other, sitting next to each other, standing at the bar together, all this other stuff. Like, that's a lot of pictures for different positions in different places. Like, yo was canoodling the whole fucking night. Now, deep down inside, did I care? No, not really. I had something better on the side. I had somebody that made me happy on the side, but this was purely about getting revenge. So he was like, here's my email address. Do you mind sending it to me?